I was scared to take the exam for different reasons. He was like, it's fine to fail, and that he'd be there for me. Even if he needed to buy another JAMB form, he would.
Most of us grew up in toxic homes, and I would say that I was lucky. That's what I keep on saying. In every forum that I have to discuss this, in every forum that people look at me and say, "Oh, how come you are so close with your daughter? How come your daughter talks to you so easily? How come you're so free with your children?"
Every time my dad gives me something like that, like motivational speeches and everything, it always makes me feel better. I was scared to take the exam for different reasons. The number one reason was the fact that I had heard so many things about the exam. So many people that had written, even teachers, they were talking about how it's really hard exam, it's technical, that so many people had written and they hadn't passed, they hadn't done this, they hadn't done that. So, all those things I heard, it affected my state of mind. It affected everything I thought about the exam. Even the one that hit me the most was the fact that older people had written the exam and they hadn't gotten the score they wanted. They had written the exam more than 5 times, more than 4 times, more than 3 times, and so on. And I was just kind of scared that, okay, if they couldn't get the score they wanted, how would I get the score I wanted? So everything just made me scared, basically, and not want to write the exam. The second reason is because I hadn't finished all the subjects on my syllabus. So initially I got different syllabus, JAMB syllabus for each subject I was offering, except from English. So my reading was based around everything there. And the day before, I was looking at it, I was like, God, I hadn't finished it. While we were in E-Trade, and he encouraged me and everything.
Like my father said, your graph can never be straight. That, as a person, Yinka, your graph is too straight. Your graph is always moving. I'd never experienced any failure at that point in time until that's close to 9 years in my career. And I more lost everything. I was out of job. I had a lot of issues I needed to resolve. And in that part I realized that, look, you go through failure. So that was a turning point for me. That was around 2009, 2010. And I had to take my pieces from there. I had to take my failures and find out how I could manage it to where I am today. So I realized that, look, which I had to explain to her that, look, these instances will come, but you need to find a way. So I tutored her, let her understand. And above all, I am a father, and my responsibility is to ensure that whatever you go through, I go through with you.
It just took my bad mood away, it took my sour mood away, it took my sad mood away. It was like a total change because I became more comfortable. But it was mostly because of everything he said, the content of what he said. He was like, it's fine to fail, and that he'd be there for me. Even if he needed to buy another JAMB form, he would. They've given me a reassurance that, okay, no matter what happened, come what may, we will be there for you and we will still be happy, whatever happens. And it just puts me in a very good state because honestly, that's everything I needed to hear.
So she went in and she wrote the exam and she scored 271.
And entering WAEC and finishing JAMB with that mindset has helped me so far. So far, I've written about 4 papers and I've been very, very calm. Because every time I'm about to start overthinking and everything, I remember my dad is like, okay, I'll be there for you. I'm like, yes. He's going to be there for me. Write this thing. You're going to do fine. Yes. So, honestly, what he said that particular day, I'm pretty sure I'm going to carry it with me for the rest of my life. Because it just changed my whole entire state of mind. Everything I thought before, everything I still think. And it just changed everything. Like, okay, it's not a do or die affair. You can do this. You cannot be scared. So, each paper I write, it's been oddly very, very coming from me. That's for WAEC though. It's been coming from me because I'm thinking that, okay, you know what? No pressure. And so far it's been good. It's been really, really good, and I just waiting for the best of results.
As a parent, when you say you're a parent, when you bring a child to this world, the responsibility is you need to be close to that child. So it's a dictum I follow. It's my mantra. It's a that's a responsibility. So it's not fatherhood is not about getting a woman pregnant. Fatherhood is not about just procreation. Fatherhood is not about just being the father or the head of the home. No, fatherhood is responsibility. Fatherhood is bringing up successful words. It's bringing up successful offspring. So it's not just bringing them to the world, but ensuring that they succeed. So either on the way, I don't see it more of father being close to the daughter being, no, fine, I might be fond of her and I might have a little bit of soft spot for her just because she's driven and she's very focused. But I think in all, I have soft spots for all my kids, and I ensure that I'm just as close to them as they should be. So I just advise all the parents that please just find time. You can even Google parenting. I didn't learn all this in all the little I know. Like I said, apart from the influence I read wide, it's just in short of human relation, is a little bit of human relation to just ensure that you have that human relation with your children. It's just very important. I was brought up in a home where my father loved, my father was there through all the processes until I got to university. My father always ensured that at every year in my university, he came to where I slept. At least he knew my house, he knew my hostel, he saw where I slept or where I resided as a university student, and that meant a lot. To me. So he was always there, and it was always we had very free flow of communication, even in adulthood. So that is very, very important. That's the advice I would just seek, is just to not to carry what you were taught as children or what you grew up with or the environment you grew up with. Don't let that affect you in the way you bring up your child. And what my wife and I always say is, in terms of the way we were brought up, we shouldn't bring our children up that way.